Welcome to the Ninja News Show with the Angry Ninja. Alright guys, it's time for a Ninja News special. I wasn't planning on doing one today, but after a earth-shattering Supreme Court decision yesterday, I had to say something. And normally I like to make some jokes and stuff and keep things lighthearted and try to take a fun take on the news. But man, there's some things I can't. Like this Roe versus Wade was overturned yesterday by the Supreme Court, which how the Supreme Court came to be was a load of crap to begin with. Mitch McConnell basically created the Supreme Court, and he did it really shady. He denied Obama a Supreme Court pick because he had 2 years that they left the spot vacant because they refused to vote on Obama's nominee, saying that it should be decided by the election. And then they crammed one through in like a month at the end of Trump's presidency because they knew they were running out of time. So how can they hold one spot open for 2 years? They should wait for the people to vote, then cram one through when they're about to lose power. So that's pretty crappy what Mitch McConnell did. Mitch McConnell created that. He was actually on a late night show once, and they were talking about Obama left so many open judge vacancies, and how does a president do that? Mitch McConnell, I did it. I wouldn't let him through. That way, a Republican president could pick him. He bragged about it, leaving hundreds of judge vacancies open. Not just the Supreme Court, but all across the country open because they weren't Republican nominees, so he wasn't going to put them through. Yeah. So Mitch McConnell did that, and he's proud of it. That's not how it's supposed to go. Whoever's in office picks the judges. That's it. Period. And that's what happens. So, and this is the result. Roe versus Wade is overturned. And, you know, it's horrible. And it's a freedom being taken away. And you're like, oh, but the kids, the babies. And I'm not saying we don't need to regulate abortion. There is a certain point where abortion shouldn't be done unless it's a medical emergency. Period. And I'll go for that. You know, like, I give you the first trimester. You need to make the decision in the first trimester before the baby's developed to a certain point, unless a medical emergency happens. Medical emergency happens, some of that stuff doesn't show up to the 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, 7th month, 8th month. And then you save the mother's life, or the fetus is no longer viable, which happens. They don't develop a heart. They don't develop a lungs. They don't grow a brain. Things happen. Or the uterine wall collapses, or there's just things that happen, and abortion needs to be done. Of course, with these new laws, none of that stuff will be legal anymore. And that's a problem. And what it's going to lead to is a lot of unwanted pregnancies, a lot of unwanted births, a lot of unwanted babies. And look, you can sit here and be like, but we're saving the baby's life to make it live into what? I mean, you've heard all the examples. I know you have. A mom struggling with 2 kids already, didn't mean to get pregnant again. Something happened. You know what? She wasn't smart. She wasn't safe. It's her fault. Okay. But she can't afford to feed the 2 kids she has. Now she brings a 3rd one into the world. So you have 3 kids who don't have food. And thanks to Republican policies, getting food for them ain't easy. Ain't cheap. And there's no help. Republicans have shot down universal pre-K to help mothers. They've shut down food assistance. They've shut down so many programs that would help babies after they're born. They want you to have the baby. But once you have the baby, fuck off, you're on your own. We're not going to get you insurance. We're not going to help you feed the baby. Hell, we're running out of formula right now, so let's have more babies. That's a good plan right there, right? So yeah, and so it's not okay. You know what? What if it's a child who was raped? 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old. Or just a raped person in general. Girl gets raped, gets pregnant. She didn't want that baby. She didn't plan for it. She couldn't stop the rapist and ask him, did you put on a condom? So the girl can do everything right and then get saddled with a baby. She never wanted and was doing the right thing. It's not her fault somebody raped her. Because despite what some congressmen said, the body doesn't have a way to shut that shit down. Which one of them did say. They did. If a woman's body knows when she doesn't want it, so it'll shut it down. So if a raped woman gets pregnant, that means she liked it. That's what he said. Yeah. If it's a real rape, the woman body knows, won't let her get pregnant. That was said. Yeah. So this is what everybody needs to do. This is why elections matter. If you feel affected by this, whether you're a female or an ally or been affected any other way and going to be effective, that's the one thing. There's 26 states already are going to make abortions illegal. I live in one of them. You think this won't affect you as a man? Just wait till you're paying 18 years of child support for a one-night stand for a girl's name you barely remember. Because that'll happen. It'll affect you. When poverty levels go up. When, are you ready for this one? The crime rate goes up. And that was an unintended side effect of Roe versus Wade. Babies not being born into bad situations led to a reduction in crime rates. A rather large reduction. Think about that. Because kids raised in a bad environment in poverty and don't see any way out, lots of times turn to crime. Turn to drugs. Increases crime rate, increases the drug rate, increases all these bad problems. That's what happens. That's a problem. It's not okay. So, if you're like me and you're an ally and you think what's going on is wrong, which I do, rights being stripped away is wrong. Because this isn't like, well, you can't take my guns. Well, we didn't. We make sure the right people had guns. You didn't lose your right. And this right's been taken away. They've been saying it's no longer a right. No wrong right for medical care. This is a medical procedure. And that's what it is. 26 states. And as soon as Republicans have a majority in Congress, they're going to try to make it a national law. For all the Republicans say, it needs to be state choices, state rights, state. I guarantee you the minute they have a supermajority in Congress, they're going to push through an anti-abortion law for the entire country. I guarantee it. They get a supermajority, it's happening that day. They probably already have it written, just waiting. And that's what they'll do. But it gets worse. This overturned 50 years of legal precedent. I can't say that word. 50 years of the way shit's been. A legal precedent has been set. I know I said it wrong. I'm sorry. So, now Clarence Thomas, conservative judge, is wanting to push all the other conservative judges, since they have the majority, they can just do whatever they want, really, at this point, to change more stuff. And there's one we're going to hit on a little bit that absolutely fucking pisses me off. All three of them piss me off, but one of them, given the law they just passed, or rule they just changed, it makes me even angrier. But we're going to get that. Who wants to reconsider gay marriage? Because the ruling that made gay marriage legal, he wants them to overturn that now. They want to review that. Because how dare somebody get married, right? That's crap. The ruling that made it okay to have butt sex. The word is officially sodomy. Because at one point it was illegal to have sodomy. And because they didn't want gay men to have butt sex. So they actually had to take it to the Supreme Court. And get it to say, hey, look, we can put it where we want. They had to get that done in the Supreme Court to get the laws changed. He wants them to reconsider that. He wants them to overturn that. What? Man, dude, really? Get a little interest in the bedroom. Damn, something. So, basically, actually, not only make it to where gay people can't get married, but if it's not normal sex, it's illegal. So it's a crime. Make it a crime to be gay. That's what Clarence Thomas wants. And the final one, this is the one, all of them make me mad. I mean, it's very clear. But this is the one that pisses me off to no end. So, you made abortions where they can be illegal again. Congratulations. You're a cunt. What are you going to follow that up with? Oh, yeah, you want to overturn the right to contraceptions. Really? You want to overturn the ruling that for contraception? They made the right to rape. Look, if you're anti-abortion, shouldn't you be pro-contraceptions? Right? Like, if I didn't want anybody to have abortions, I'd hand out condoms like they were Skittles. I'd be like, take this, take this, take this. I know you're still going to have sex, but take this, take this, take this. Really? Like, that's your plan? I don't even know what to say to that. Like, that's, you don't want to approve prenatal care, you don't want to approve pre-K, you don't want to approve any kind of help from others struggling, diapers, formula, whatever. But you're going to make sure you can't have abortions and overturn the rule for the right to contraceptions. Right. What are you trying to do? I don't even understand it. We're facing shortages on everything, so you want to make more people? More people who are going to be mad. So, this is my plea to everyone. And I hate to make it a political thing, but unfortunately it is a political thing because it's definitely a two-party system, and one party's one way, one party's the other. If you've never voted before, if you've never done anything you're supposed to before, if any of these things, and you're affected by this, the next election, vote straight ticket Democratic. Because we don't just need Democrats in Congress and Senate, we need them at the state levels. Every single position needs to be filled by a Democrat. All of them. I'm normally the person like, look at the policies, look at what they're saying, work on which, vote for where you feel is the right person for the job. But with what's going on right now with these judges and this whole thing, vote straight ticket Democrat if you want to see a change. And if you're happy with it, you know what? It's freedom of this country. It's freedom of America. America's one of the greatest countries in the world. But what you feel is right. But if you want to see a change, every election, straight Democrat. And don't miss an election. There's more than presidential elections. There's elections every 2 years. Vote in every election a straight Democratic ticket and never stop, and teach your children and never stop, because that is the only way we're going to win back our rights, is if you vote straight party Democratic every election and don't miss ever. All right, guys, like I said, not a super fun show, but just some information I wanted to get out there. And everybody, hopefully you have a better day today. That's right. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. And I hope you enjoy all the shows on the Ninja Podcast Network. Please check out our other shows. Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Angry Ninja Presents Not a Kid's Game, our D&D podcast, Chris Allen's Audio Stories, where I read some short stories to you that I wrote. Ninja and Moonshine, Middle of the Road podcast, guy from the left, guy from the right, coming together and trying to meet in the middle. Doesn't always work out like that. The Ninja News and Politics Show, outrageous stories with the Angry Ninja and the occasional special guest. And Sports Talk with Ninja and J-Mo. Those are the shows. If you want to reach out and contact me or anybody on any of the shows, you can reach me and I'll pass on the message at cman2342 on Twitter, or an email, asktheangryninja@gmail.com, or just get on Facebook and search for the Ask the Angry Ninja Show, and we'll reach out and talk to you. We love questions. We'll answer your questions, any topics you want to cover, or hey, if you want to mail me a prize. I like prizes. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and have a wonderful night.